Kaieteur Radio 99.1 and 99.5 FM. My name is Joshua Van Sleckman. Let's get to the news in details. A key report by the World Bank has outlined that the shortage of oil exports is inequivalent to government entities combined with inadequate human and capital resources limits the country's ability to monitor, audit, and enforce regulations on oil companies. It has therefore urged the oil-producing states to address this gap quickly in sectorial governance or consequences would be dire. Further to its call for the relevant experts to be put in place, the financial institution said the international experience of oil-producing states reveals that successfully managing the sector requires a transparent and accountable implementation of the robust policy and institutional framework composed of 5 core elements. These include, among others, policies, laws, and contractual agreements that maximize the benefits of oil revenues and minimize downside risk, and set out regulatory institution capability of effective oversight and fiscal policies and sound public fiscal management infrastructure. After disappointing news that Guyana has been unable to secure 150 licenses from the Surinamese government, the Upper Quarantine fisherfolk are hoping for a speedy resolution to the matter, which they say could negatively impact the spending within their region. The Upper Quarantine fisherfolk are adamant that failure to address the ongoing issue would see some thousands families being affected and the entire regional sector being jeopardized. Chairman of the Guyana National Fisherfolk Organization and the Upper Quarantine Fishermen Co-op Society, Parshram Jainarine, said yesterday that the Berbice fishermen are disappointed and worried about not receiving the licenses which were supposed to be available since January 1 of this year. He explained that the authorizations were supposed to help fishermen conduct their business in Suriname without the harassment they would have been facing from fishermen and maritime patrols in that country. Now, he stated there is even several more concerns regarding the sector's survival. The Caribbean culture sector has received significant funding from the European Union with support from the Organization of Africa, Caribbean and Pacific States under the ACP EU 11th EDF cultural programs as Creative seeks to recover from the adverse effects of the COVID-19 pandemic. The virtual launch is set for Thursday, April 2022. The United Nations Educational Science and Cultural Organization UNESCO, the CARICOM Secretariat, and the University of the West Indies have joined forces to implement the project titled Creative Caribbean, an ecosystem of play for growth and development in the amount of Euros 3 million. PNCR stalwart Aubrey Compton Norton was on Wednesday elected leader of the opposition several months after he was sworn. That should be after he won the headship of his party, which gave him the mandate to take up the post previously held by Joseph Harmon. Norton's election has come 77 days after Harmon tendered his resignation with immediate effect in late January. After being appointed, Norton was also unopposed for the post of opposition leader and was bestowed with the position. Also appointed to the National Assembly yesterday was PNCR member Ms. Valda Lawrence, who is replacing former Education Minister Dr. Nicolette Henry. Nicolette submitted her resignation in the National Assembly on February 2nd during the 2022 budget debates. Her resignation was intended to pave the way for the incoming opposition leader, but Harmon too decided to part ways from the National Assembly, signaling his intent to resign on March 5th with effect from March 15th. And that puts a wrap